I'm at the point where, I don't know what I want or what I'm supposed to be doing, career-wise, all of it. So how, and it may be connected to the questions that have already been asked, but what is the answer to settling in that space and not allowing anxiety to come in?
Good question. But first let me say this about career-wise. Don't worry about no career. You just do your career. Just go to work. If you're to style and that's what you do, it's just a job. Be grateful for the job.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like, in addition to everything else I've said, like, I've also had thoughts of, I freelance and what, I enjoy earning income and I enjoy what I do, yet I don't know that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And as I sit in it, nothing is happening.
You don't know
to take me in another direction. So what
you don't
do I
know if
just
your
accept?
career, your job is what you should be doing?
Right, because I don't know anything, and I'm getting to the point, Jesse, where I just feel like I'm emptying out everything.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what many people here have said, my identity is, I'm losing it,
Well,
and-
I want to settle the first one right now.
Okay.
The job thing,
Okay.
you make money from it?
Yes,
That's what you should be doing.
okay,
Making money.
all right.
That's the only purpose for a job, is to make money so you can live on earth. You can buy a house, if you want a house, you can buy whatever, right? Buy food. That's the only purpose for a job. And God wants you to have the job. He gave you the inability to take care of yourself by creating something inside of you to get a job rather than relying on the government or somebody to take care of you.
But, okay, what I'm saying, though, is that I feel like time is slipping by, and I want to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I don't feel like what I'm doing is it, yet I feel like time is passing by, and it's of the essence. And I want to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
What are you supposed to be doing?
I don't know.
But
I chose this before I woke up.
you chose to do the kind of work you do?
Right, I chose it, and
Well,
I'm
what-
not even sure it's what I'm supposed to be
Is it
doing.
working? You get paid? You do well?
I do, but in my spirit, I feel like there's more
More what?
for me to do
With that job? Or a different kind of job?
in general.
Oh.
Well, maybe a different, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I feel like
Oh.
time is of the essence. So in the meantime,
Why time is of the essence?
because
there's-
it's going by and I don't want to be doing something that I'm not supposed to be doing in any area
Oh, I
of
got it.
life.
That's deep. So if there's no such thing as time, how's time going by?
Well, in reality, though, on this earth, we do live in time. Like, people age and people get older and time passes by and you age out of certain things.
So in
yada, yada.
reality, there is no time. How is time going by?
But I'm saying in our human experience, there is time, but there isn't.
No,
Oh, okay.
that's just an illusion. That's the problem. Human beings are living in the world, but they're in an illusion and calling it time and calling it something else. And that's what's making you stress out about that. Think about those things because you're thinking that you're living in time and you're not.
Okay.
That's where the devil lives, and that's where he deceives you in time. That's why God wants you to come out of time into the present where that's real reality and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
You're
but I
caught
just
up with the
realized
world.
As you're talking, everything is time for me. Like, everything is regimented.
Yeah.
Like, from this point, I'm going to exercise during this time, I'm going to do this, that. So is the silent prayer then the answer to that? Like, what is the answer to not looking at time?
I'll tell you that in a minute. Very good question. This is so deep.
It is.
And everybody think alike. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, and that was,
Did you have your hand?
I did, but that was right smack dab on the back of what she just said. I was thinking to myself, if we're not living, you say it all the time, but I'm just like, well, what, I need balance. So if you're saying there's no such thing as time, you swing the pendulum, what is over here?
Right.
What is over here?
Oh, where?
Over on the other side of there is no time. because I
Heaven?
think that my mind has to have the antithesis to evil, good, you know,
But your
bad.
mind is of the devil.
But like she said, but
That's the
like she-
problem with the mind. The mind is of the devil.
So what?
The
But
mind is wicked and deceiving and pretending to be God.
what about? This is just so random. But what about journaling? Is that bad?
If you want to do it, but don't call it good or bad.
Okay.
It's just like read any other book.
Okay. Okay. But so the antithesis of time is the present.
Yes.
Okay.
There's nothing else but now. I promise you, there's nothing else but right now. But you live in an illusion of time, and time just seems so essence. It just seems like I ain't got time. I got to find out what else I'm supposed to be doing because I ain't got time. Everybody dying. And I totally understand that's how the mind works. Yeah, and then Doug want to comment.
But, okay, so is it even possible for someone to live a life where there's no time? Like you go, like I have to be at a job at this time. So I factor in the time. Well, I'm gonna have lunch at this time. So so I'm in time. And then what do I do? Step out of time? Is it practical time and time that's not practical? Like, how do you make the distinction? How do you jump in and out of
If I
time?
know I got to be at this studio by 5, I'm going to get up and be at the studio by 5. I'm not limited in it. I just got to be because we have a physical schedule to function on this earth. But it's not something I need to live in. That's practical. I get here on time to meet with Sean, to go over the package, be in the studio at 6, do the show, and just whatever next for me to do my appointment, do the appointment, but I'm not all caught up with it. It's just happening.
Okay.
Because it's a practical schedule to function on earth.
But I just don't understand how you can be in time during that time, but then when you're not in that time,
And
you're
time
not in
won't,
time.
and time won't give me time, but time make lovers feel that they got time.
Oh man, I wish I wasn't hoarse. I would definitely harmonize with you
You
right now.
got nothing but time.
That used to be my jam.
I know. She want to respond to that.
Please.
And then, did I see your hand?
What is going on in this conversation? However, what I'm realizing is that you can't control the present. You can control time. You can calendar, you can schedule, you can ensure that you're going to be here or that people know that they're supposed to be here. But you can't control the present.
And you're not even controlling the schedule thing either. You got to be there at 9 o'clock. If you're not there at 9, the show goes on.
That's true.
Right, so you're not even controlling that. We can't control anything.
That is true, and I think that's one of the reasons. I do the same thing, and I'm not even good at it. I try all the time, and I'm always missing things, but I'm like, I'm going to write that down, and I'm going to be amazing this week. But that's just me wanting to be in control.
Absolutely.
And wanting to influence something.
Every evil nature want to be in control and want to influence, want to be God. Doug wanted to comment then and here.
What did I want to comment on?
Everything.
I think what I hear most is that people are trying.
Not people, let's talk about you. Do you do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's make it personal today.
All right.
You can relate in what way?
The story then.
It's easy to talk about what other people want to do.
I was trying to figure out what you want me to comment on. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to just about everything. All kind of thoughts go through. You know, you're not good. You're not good enough for this. Your student's gonna shoot you. I go through all that stuff.
He's a trainer. They're like, what student?
Yeah. So
Okay.
It's. But one thing I think I've realized is that it's painful to keep thinking about that stuff.
It is.
It's painful for
It's
me
hell.
to like live off those thoughts. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It happened all the time. But I just, luckily, I'm able to now at least see that it's a thought. And I would never think that of why would I ever think those things, right?
Right.
I've heard you say that, but really.
I'm trying to get y'all to go deeper. That's why I do the little thing about 4 minutes. Maybe this will help them, and maybe this will help, right? But that's all you got to say. Anything else because of time. But you can relate. You can relate. Duh, you can relate to what you hear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So I just had a quick question, since we're talking about time and what's practical, what's not, and what's thoughts, etc. So, like, for example, something that I think about a lot, like in our business, would you consider it a practical thought? Like, a lot of the time, like, I'm organizing the calendar and the clients and different things like that, that I'm always thinking 2 months ahead or 4 months ahead. Would you consider that like a practical thought to be able to run your business? Like,
yes.
I'm thinking in 3 weeks' time we need to hit X, Y, Z. In 6 months' time, if we can, we want to hit this goal. But then the day-to-day kind of operations, I'm trying to just let it flow and not trying to control anything. But is that considered practical?
Let's say that, I know you got to do wedding things, right? Mm-hmm. And you got 6 months of wedding coming up. Mm-hmm. And you want to plan them so you have a schedule that you want to follow, mm-hmm. but don't become that schedule. Don't identify with it. Don't think that this is me, the schedule. You're just doing practical things by outlining a schedule so you can do things on time. Sean we're building this radio network, so Sean put on paper the different shows we already have. So when I am talking about it, I look at the piece of paper and I remember, mm-hmm. Nick is on at a certain time, Hate is on, this is on. But I'm not identifying with it. Once I said, I'm done with it for now.
But as regards to like the growth, like just to say you want your business to grow.
No, don't ever think about that.
Okay.
Don't ever think about the growth, because if you do the right thing about it, put the time in and the effort, just do it, it's gonna grow. Right. And if it doesn't grow, it's gonna grow into something else that's even better.
Wow. Yep.
But last thought, sometimes I get like a lot of ideas about different things that I think would be really good to implement. Is that just me being in my thoughts, or is that what's being revealed to me?
Not if it's practical thought. Like, we can take better pictures if we got this kind of camera. We can take better pictures if we had it over here, if I had the groom and the bride stand here. Nothing wrong with that,
okay.
If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, okay.
That makes sense?
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Practical thoughts is just a physical way of living in the world. That's fine. God gave you the ability to have that. He really did. Okay, let me take here for, yes.
Jesse, this is very deep. I was kind of exploring this time thing.
Right.
And, I guess, I'm going to do some more exploring with it. But, like, isn't heaven supposed to be, like, eternity, right?
Right.
So, in eternity, there is no time.
Right.
So, I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't know. I'm just still exploring that thing. And even, like, when you're doing a silent prayer, you're really not, you're not supposed to be thinking about the time, so you're kind of in heaven, so to speak.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You scared to say that?
No, it's just,
like,
I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Heaven, so to speak.
I'm trying to word it the right way.
You're doing fine.
And also, when we were
What
talking.
did you say about in heaven?
I mean, isn't that what this is all about? Like, I mean, we don't have any scientific evidence that when we die, we're gonna ascend up to the clouds and be there. So maybe
I wouldn't wait on that either.
Right. So when you say when you say
you're gonna be looking up at the clouds.
When you say you can be in heaven right now, that's what you're saying, right? Like,
yes.
Okay, that was my point.
When you're living in no time, you're living in heaven.
Right. Exactly. Okay.
Right here on earth.
And
when you're living in time, you're living in hell.
Absolutely.
Right here on earth. And when you die, if you die living in time, you're going to stay in hell. And ain't no way out. Okay. You got a chance now to get out of hell while you live. But if you die living in heaven, you'll be in heaven.
Absolutely. And lastly, we were talking about love. And what I found in my past relationships with women, when when they used to say "I love you," I knew that I don't know how to say it. I knew that something was wrong,
Yeah,
or it was
that's right.
or the end was coming soon. And,
That is so true, man.
and that's why I hesitate. And I know they usually said it as a form of control, like I love you, so you're obligated to do what I want you to do.
Absolutely.
So it's just a weird thing that I noticed. Or whatever.
But even when men say "I love you" to a woman, it's the same
Absolutely,
thing.
yes, it's everyone.
I love you. I'm only me. You gotta do what I want you to do. It ain't gonna work no other way.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that. That's it.
Amazing. Nice.